Hi guys, today I'm going to be making churros. These can be fried or baked, but either way they're going to be delicious. You're watching the Bear Pantry Show. Alright, so you're going to need a cup of water, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. The light or the dark will work. This is only a half a teaspoon of salt, a third cup of butter, 2 eggs, 1 cup of flour. We're going to use a teaspoon or so of vanilla extract. This is to roll it in when it's done. And you're going to need this tip, okay? I searched forever. This is like the biggest one they have. I really wish they had a bigger one, but it's this. I got it at, Michael's. And it's the number 4B, see? You're going to need that and the piping bag. And I have a better looking, permanent piping bag, but I keep using this one because I can wash it and then throw it away when I reach the end. So first of all, we're going to move over to the stove with the first 4 ingredients: the water, the sugar, the salt, and the butter, okay? Alright guys, so this is very simple to make. I add the water, the brown sugar, and the salt to the skillet. And I use my wooden spoon to go ahead and break up the sugar. I want it to dissolve in the liquid. I have the fire on low to medium right now. I give this a quick stir right here. And now the next thing that I have to add in is the butter. And remember, the butter is only a third cup, but it's very necessary to the recipe because it makes the churros rich, okay? I give this a stir, the butter's gonna melt, and I bring this solution right here to a boil. The minute it's boiling, I go ahead and add the flour. And I'm not going to pause the camera right now. I'm going to keep it on the whole time because I want you guys to see how quickly this comes together, okay? Using the wooden spoon, I just go ahead and stir, and I'm going to make a big old ball right here. And the minute it comes together, you want to go ahead and shut the stove off because you don't want it to burn. Work it a little bit more so all the dry spots can be incorporated. And then take the pot off of the burner and set it aside. And then we're going to move over to the counter and deal with the eggs, okay? Now I'm letting that dough cool down. I measure out a teaspoon of vanilla extract. I'm mixing the eggs right now. I'm beating the eggs lightly. You don't have to beat this too long. Add the vanilla extract to it, and now it's a matter of just adding the eggs back to the dough. The dough is slightly cooled, but not really cooled all the way. And we're working this in, and even though this looks kind of difficult, you know, like this will not come back together as a ball, it will in no time at all, okay? It's not as hard as you think. Just go ahead and use the wooden spoon and mix this dough up really, really well. You want it to form back into that ball again. It's gonna look like mashed potatoes when it's all said and done, okay? And I'm not gonna pause the camera yet again because I want you guys to see every step of the way how quickly this comes together. Churros are one of those things that you can jump up on a Saturday afternoon and just pop into the kitchen and make this, and inside of like 30 minutes you can be enjoying a wonderful, wonderful sweet treat, okay? Just remember that it's fried and it's loaded with sugar, so this is not something that you want to do all the time, okay? If you're watching your health and stuff, this is a sometime type thing that you want to do, all right? So see, it's coming together, and I'm using a non-stick pot, which makes it that much more easier for us to handle. And pretty much we're almost there. We're almost there. We want to set this aside to let it cool down for about 10 to 15 minutes. I've tried to pipe it through the piping bag, you know, when it's warm, but it doesn't really work because it's you can't handle the dough and manipulate it the way you'd like. So I'm cutting my opening here to put my big tip in, and all I do with this bag is I go ahead and fold it down. And I do have a beautiful piping bag, guys, but I refuse to use it because I don't want it to be destroyed. So I'm using this throwaway one, and I just use a smaller spoon to go ahead and put some of the dough inside and, you know, kind of shake it down, and then put some more. And then you want to go ahead and squeeze all the air out of it. And now it's ready for us to pipe onto a clean piece of parchment paper. And if you're gonna bake it, you can go ahead and stick this on a baking sheet and you can bake this. You don't have to fry it, okay? And I'll put somewhere in the I'll put a thing here, a caption to tell you what the temperature is to bake it on, because I don't remember right now. But anyways, go ahead and pipe the first one, and we're gonna pipe another one, and you can fry it just like that, single by itself. But I like a churro that's twisted. That's just my own preference, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and get these 2 pieces twisted right now. So you guys know I've been trying to duplicate the one we get at Costco, right? So I was able to plait it. So this is like 4 pieces. And in this pan right here, I have like a 1/4 cup of regular sugar and 2 tablespoons of cinnamon. I'm going to mix this up really well because we're going to roll it in this. We're making cinnamon sugar. And I have my cast iron skillet going, and you all know that the cast iron skillet takes a longer time to heat up than regular skillets. So I put a little piece in there right there. Once that starts frying, I know it's ready because I don't have a thermometer to check for the heat, okay? And we're off cooking the first one. The pan is finally hot enough, and I'm mixing my cinnamon and my sugar to make my cinnamon sugar. And you don't want to mess with it too much when it's frying, okay? In Belize, we say no fast with it, just leave it alone. So anyways, it's done. I'm going to use my skimmer to get the first one out, and I'm using the skimmer because I want the oil to drain a little bit, okay? So I transfer it onto the paper towel that's sitting on the plate, and now it's just a matter of getting the next one in. And so off we go with the second one. Take a look. And I made this one just a little bit too long. We want to be mindful of the size of the pot, okay? So I'm going to make them shorter. And this one's done. I want to go ahead and take it out and set it on the paper. And let me go ahead and show you guys what I hate. I hate making churros like this, where you squeeze it from the piping bag directly into the hot oil, and you run the risk of burning yourself. So by the time we get it snipped off in there, it's all bent and crooked. And then I have to use my skimmer to try to unbend it, which never works. And pretty soon you get something looking like this. And I hate a bent looking churro, so I don't like doing it like that. I want to be able to plait it. And see, take a look. When I make the two, and plait is the same as braid, okay? Just kind of twist it and twist it to the end, and don't mess with it too much because you don't want to get rid of the ribbed feeling. And now off into the frying pan this one goes, and when it's all done, we want to drop them into the sugar right here and just coat them. You want to do them while they're still warm because they're going to give you trouble for the sugar to stick if you do it, you know, if you wait too long. And transfer them to a new parchment paper to make it look neat. And let's see how many we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the stickle fritz that I have over here that I was showing you guys by piping it directly into the oil. So take a look at what we have, guys. Mass production, gorgeous, beautiful, and ready to devour. All right, just remember to let it set before you put it through the piping bag, okay? Let it sit there for a little bit. It didn't get too cold, but if you work with it right away, it's going to be too soft and you won't be able to plait it like I did. I am so proud of these because I wanted to do the churros for a long time, but I hate the churros that they pipe into the hot pan and they start curling and looking nasty. So I like these ones that I can plait and I can control. If you like the video, hit like below for me. Share it with your friends and family. And until I see you guys again, take care. Don't forget to subscribe and also check out my other 2 channels, the product review channel, Bear Pantry Talk, and come have some fun with my family and me over at the vlog channel, Babs Bear Talk. Time to taste.